Hi, back again here, just for a quick episode to give you an update because I don't want to do too much progress off camera. Um, First thing is you can see here I've, I've been cutting down some rubber trees. That's the remnants of one of them, which I haven't been bothered cleaning up yet. Just to show you how big these trees actually grow. So they grow on that island, they go all the way up there. So you get a lot of wood and a lot of saplings and stuff from it, but they are a bit of a pain. They're massive. Um, every time I grow one, I always think, oh, I should make like a world with tree huts and stuff and build a whole bunch of rubber trees and go on there. So this is my semi-attempt at doing a bit of automation with the processing. So I got the processing all working. You can see there the power's coming through from that side, it's being piped in under there, up through these, which I set up last time, and set up a cobble gen. So that creates cobble. Cobble goes up to these. So this top one does cobble into gravel, gravel into sand, sand into dust. So this sieve does dust, and then these ones just do into sand and into gravel. I'm only running the gravel one at the moment because I haven't got a proper full system set up. So what I'm doing is I am transferring from the sieve into an iron chest, and then from the iron chest I am putting the broken iron into a compacting drawer. Now the compacting drawer compacts that broken iron into the iron gravel. So what I can do is I can then pull out the iron gravel. You can either smelt directly the iron gravel, or to get a bit more out of it, you place it down. You get the hammer, you smack it into iron. What are these? Just crushed iron. And then you can compact the crushed iron and into iron sand, and then hammer the sand, and then you get the iron dust from there. But once we've got this all automated, I don't think it's really going to be worth it to go through that whole process, even automatically, just because it's probably going to be so many machines to try and do that. I haven't really seen any systems online through a quick search that actually do anything that I really want to do, so I'll be kind of just trying it out. What my current theory is, I will set up a drawer controller, same as over there, but these will be a whole bunch of compacting drawers, and we will feed all these sieves into there with a couple of other normal storage drawers for things like the peridot and the sapphire, although those might be able to be compacted. But certainly cactus seeds, electrotine, and in here, which is actually in the iron chest, we get diamonds, emeralds. Actually, those can go into compacting drawers as well, but flint can't. Coal can, lapis can. So there's a couple of things that can't, but I'll set up compacting drawers for everything else. And I'm thinking I'll extend the platform just a little bit extra more here, and to put the compacting drawers, I need at least 40. They are horrendously expensive at the moment for where I am, so that it's taken a long time to get all the resources to create some of them. I've got 27 so far, but yeah, it's taken lots of redstone, like probably over 2,000 redstone. So I've spent a lot of time over at that farm just right clicking on the bushes and grabbing an inventory full of redstone. The other thing I set up was the redstone clock with these RedNet pipes, which I use to automatically pipe out the molten ores into the casts. So all I need to do is grab all this, put it into the smeltery, and then it puts all the ingots down into here. I know I need a couple of those. Yeah, I did have a pipe running from the compacting drawer into the smeltery, and it worked at first, but then it started losing all the ores. So the ores would get transferred out of there, but they would never actually make it into the smeltery. So I think I lost a lot of iron doing that before I realised that I wasn't actually getting any more ores, any more ingots in my chest. So yeah, took that down and just going with the manual thing at the moment. So what I want to do to finish this up is to start using some Ender.io conduits. Now, in order to use any of the Ender.io stuff, we had to have the QED, which we've made, and then we have to continue through this quest line. I didn't want to do too much progress in this off camera. I didn't want to come back and I'd already done a whole bunch of this, and I'm pretty sure unless they've greatly changed any of the recipes, as soon as we start going through, we'll be able to get half of this done fairly easily. Some of the things that we won't, probably the thing like the Soul Binder, which requires 4 heads. We might be able to do that one, but then there's a bunch of other ones like the obelisk. I don't think the obelisk does, but certainly if that's the relocation obelisk. I know it's the weather one. But these pulsating crystals, at least the Ender crystal requires an Enderman soul. And there's a bunch of other things that require souls and things, and what that is you create soul vials, which are it's basically bottles made out of special glass, and then you run up to a mob and you right click on them and you capture them in the soul vial, and then you use their soul in recipes. You need a lot of zombie ones to create logic controllers and things. Which, yeah, we'll be doing, but not right now. So here, the Z logic controller requires zombie heads. Yeah, so go through that. Yeah, I think once I've set this up enough that I'm comfortable with all the ores and stuff that we're processing, and with the Ender.io stuff we'll be able to do a bit more with the mob system storage. The Ender.io conduits for transporting items and stuff is a lot more smarter than the cables we've had available to us previously. So hopefully we can get that going a bit more smoother, because I think the mob system at the moment, the item sorting is just far too slow for how many mobs can actually drop there, so it's getting backed up a lot and we're losing a lot of things. So I would like to know that if I AFK'd somewhere and had a few hours, that I would actually gain a lot of resources, gain a lot of processed ore, gain a lot of stuff from the loot bags. So hopefully we can do that with Ender.io. I'm a lot more familiar with the Ender.io stuff, even though I haven't particularly used the conduits that much. I've used a lot of the other machines and things, and the alloy smelter is a really, really nice one, because until now we've had to use the smeltery to combine ores into alloys, but the alloy smelter can do that for us, and it does a lot more different recipes and things, and it means that we can process all our ores and then selectively turn the ones we want into different things. I think it's probably not as efficient as a smeltery, but it's just easier to do, easier to automate and everything. In my opinion, anyway. And it's just one block, so it's a lot more compact. So you can still use the smeltery for creating tools and armor and things like that, but we'll probably be creating alloy smelters when we're trying to automate some of this stuff. The next thing I want to do is Botania, mainly because there's a wand. I don't think they have it on here as a quest. But the wand of okay. Okay, we got Botania. Rod, not wand. We do rod. Right, there's a bunch of rods that you can get in Botania. Some of these are really, really handy. Like this one, Rod of the Lands, which is one I will be keen to make as soon as I can. Rune of Earth, that shouldn't be too hard. I'll try and get that set up really quickly. And what this does is when you use the rod, it spawns dirt. So you can keep placing dirt with the rod infinitely. It doesn't run out. They've got one for Rod of the Seas, which is the same with water, so you basically get infinite water from it. Rod of the Terra Firma, I believe what that is instead of dirt, it actually places grass, already grass. There's some other ones. Rod of the Skies, I think that allows you to fly while you're holding it. Rod of the Hells does lava. Rod of the Highlands, maybe that one does stone. Rod of the Depths, that one probably does the stone. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of them here. So, but definitely Rod of the Lands is one I really want, because at the moment, getting dirt is a very laborious process. Putting saplings into the barrels and waiting for them to compost into dirt. It's not like I'm running out of resources doing it. It's just really time intensive to do it. Like I said, it's very laborious to do that. So what I want to try and fast track is automating of harvesting trees, automating harvesting farms, so you can set up some gold farms and diamond farms and things like that, and making sure that I'm confident that the mob farm and the ore processing will work, and that we've got plenty of storage for it, and that we are filtering out all the crap. At the moment I don't want to filter the artifact armor, so one of the common things people do is just chuck all artifact armor out, but I'm not happy that my armor is sufficiently good yet. You know, it's not bad, but I'm pretty sure you could get way better versions, so I still want to have all that stuff until I'm really confident that I've got stuff that's going to keep me alive. One of the other things I want to work towards is going to the Aether and doing some stuff there. Now, the quest line is open for that. I believe it's beta. Yeah. So I finished this first one, which was basically get glowstone and water. I wasn't even trying to, it just happened. But basically what you do is you make a portal from the glowstone and the water. So it's kind of like the nether portal, except instead of obsidian, it's glowstone. And instead of using a flint and steel to light it on fire, you use a bucket of water. So you pour a bucket of water on it and it opens a portal. Now, once you go into the Aether, there is dungeons. So these little like totem things, they call them totems, spawn, um, and they're like these little buildings, and you go in and it'll portal you into a dungeon. And at the end of the dungeon, so there's 3 mini bosses you fight, and then at the end of the dungeon, there's the big dungeon boss, and he has a chance to drop some really good loot. In particular, there's one item that I really want that in Etho, his playthrough of Project Ozone, he actually got from a quest bag, but I don't want to leave it up to chance that much, depending on how hard it is to get. But he got what they call a death seal, which is a companion that follows you around, and he brings you back to life when you die. So instead of actually dying, it just says, next brought you back to life. There's a 20-minute cooldown on that, so once he's done it, he has a sad face, and for 20 minutes he won't be able to revive you until he gets a happy face again. But that is very, very good for, especially for like one-off scares and things. Creepers sneaking up behind you and exploding. Stuff that you can't really prepare for. So yeah, I want that protection. Plus, he's pretty cool in Etho's Let's Play, following him around and stuff. I like him. So I want to get one of those. It's a very low drop chance as well, so that's scaring me because there's actually quite a few hard fights to do to actually get to it, and it's like a 1% drop rate. So I'm hoping there's a way to cheese the fights a little bit so that I'm not risking all my lives just to get this one protection thing. But if I do get the next spirit, then that I'll be a lot more confident going into fights with like the Wither and the Gaia and things like that. But if things get hairy, it gives me that extra layer of protection to try and get out of there before I actually die. So yeah, anyway, the first thing we'll go through some of these quests for Ender.io. I believe it's on Delta. Yeah. So the first thing is the machine chassis. Now the machine chassis is the basis of most of the Ender.io machines, and there's a lot of mods have their own versions of machine chassis. So I think if we look up machine, so we've got the machine chassis for Ender.io. Let's look at the quarry. No, oh no, they're using the Ender.io machine chassis. Normally they have a lot, certainly Britannia does. So there you go, Magneticraft has machine housing. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. A lot of mods have their own version of that block that forms the basis of all their kind of automation blocks. So I've just realized that I don't have any steel or any crystallized redstone. I focused on these capacitors. Now normally these are really easy, but unless it makes it a little bit harder. But we can still, so we've got to make these redstonic capacitors, and then we can use those in the QED to make basic capacitors for Ender.io. So I'll do those now. Actually, we need to do it on a normal thing, don't we? Capacitor. So I'll make a couple of these because I know I'm gonna Need a lot of them. So there's 9. I would have made more, but gold is still a pretty scarce resource for me. I might. I don't want to put the effort into 10-10-10ing the gold seeds and stuff at the moment, but I might just do it. Yeah, anyway. So we've got some... Got some of those other capacitors. Oh, and I needed gold for that. Oh, great. Okay, I'm going to need a lot of gold. So I will do that. So, yeah, I'll end it here. So this is going to be a very talking heavy episode. Not much done at all. But it'll give you an idea of what I have been doing so that when the next episode comes up and you're not completely lost as to what I've done, why it's taken so much time and things like that. So, yeah, I'll probably 10-10-10 some gold seeds, set up some gold seed farming there, and get that done. Build a bunch of Ender.io machines, and also the Ender.io conduits. So mainly the item conduits is the one that we'll use, because the leadstone flux ducts that we've used from thermodynamics, I believe, they're fine. There's as far as I know, there's nothing. The only thing that the energy conduits will give us is that the Ender.io conduits can fit on one block, so you can have multiple conduits and they fit on one block. Now you'll probably see that in action soon enough. But that's one of the main things. So at the moment I'll just make the item conduits because they're a lot smarter than the ones I've been using currently, and they're a lot quicker at working, especially than the extra utilities ones, which search block by block for a inventory and they take a long time to do it, whereas these Ender.io conduits can almost do it instantly, so that should help a lot with the storage system. Yeah, so I need to go make a bunch of gold, do that, make the machines, make the conduits, speed up the mob storage system, clean up the ore processing, and probably start putting down some of these compacting drawers to compact everything, and then build a couple of alloy smelters and have everything pass through there. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do, and yeah, I'll see you back here for the next episode.